And this is a 3-star, and of course, as you can see, it's a white rum. Take us through the process. How do you produce a white rum?
You know what, the beauty of it being a master blender, because each origin has a very specific taste profile.
Yeah.
So think of this for a master blender has the colors to create a painting. You know, except it's a rum painting.
Yeah.
Now, this is not my invention. Historically, rum was blended from different origins, especially navy rums. You know, navy rums throughout Europe, whether it would be Swedish Navy, I'm sure you have a tradition with rum, but British Navy, French Navy, and would blend origins to create a balance and to harmonize. And I thought that'd be so interesting to create a white rum and use these different origins to create a super balanced, complex, yet elegant white rum. And that was the mission.
And but we get back to the origins. But I mean, it is actually aged. Part of it is aged in barrel.
You're right. That's the secret here.
So why is it white?
Why is it? Well, because the aged part, first of all, is in barrels that have been exhausted a little bit from their tannins, and the aging that point is more about the oxygenation, creating a smoother taste through the wood than bringing the tannins. You don't want the tannins. When you're drinking a white rum, what you want is the beauty of the rum, the fruit notes, the exotic feel, without the tannins from the wood. So typically, if you drink a white rum, you'd be interested with, like for example, if you drink it straight, it's on ice. But if you drink it with a cocktail, not too, you know, it works well with the citrusy notes.
Yes.
Whereas, you know, and a very tannic aged rum wouldn't work as well with the citrusy notes than a white rum. That's why there is white rums, you know, without, because the difference usually, I mean, there's a long story, but in a summary, between a white rum and an aged one, usually the aging, especially long aging, is going to throw some of the tannins and the colors.
Yes.
So the idea here was to create this rum and blending. So we're blending Barbados, Trinidad, and Jamaica together.
This is the three. And what do they bring? The three different origins. What do they? How do they?
Well, we have to deep dive a bit into the terroirs of rum and what are the specificities. Barbados is the place that has the most history about rum making. There's a document in 1650 that traces back and says rum in Barbados was already there in 1650. So, and Barbados has this long tradition of making rum, and the beauty usually of Barbados rums, they are super balanced, very elegant, very, very refined, because it's about that sophistication. And so Barbados is the body of this rum. You know, that's, you know, what you have in the Grand Reserve, for example, but unaged, that's the body of it. Then you got Jamaica that brings fruit notes. Remember, today we will taste the straight Jamaican rum. So you'll see what are the fruit notes we're talking about. But there's really ripe, exotic fruit notes. But that gives a little dryness on the palate. So, and then when we use an aged Trinidad, 2-3 years, it depends when you do a blend. You know, a blend is never the same, because you know the way you blend it, because you want the result to be very similar to the previous one. So remember, each barrel is like a fingerprint. So as a master blender, you blend these things. So we use 3 different origins to create balance and elegance, and that's what we wanted to do there.
Should we taste it?
I think we should. Absolutely.
Could you take us through the flavor profile here? So what do you get on the nose and on the palate?
Do you agree? But I get a little citrusy notes, you know, that are right there, almost like green, you know.
Almost a little bit grapefruit.
Slight grapefruit notes. And you know where that comes from? You have a very good nose. There is some of the Jamaican rum, some of the, what we call the esters of Jamaican rum, when at that level of concentrations that are a bit grapey. I don't know if you get also a little, you know, a slight pineapple background notes, like green pineapple.
A little bit of a
so that's also something that you get, and you get a little hint of vanilla, and that makes the rum, that gives the polish. That's the Trinidad rum that's aged a little bit. That's not going to give you all these tannins, but what we call the vanillin element of the wood is going to come there and create a balance. So that's how we created this rum. You know why we call it 3 stars? Because in the Caribbean, each of these islands are to themselves a star. You know, so you know, and also. So these are the 3 stars of the Caribbean, and there are others, but you know, Trinidad, you know, a very vibrant, you know, modern city. Barbados, very classic and original, and as we know, Jamaica with a lot of, you know, also intensity in taste, culture, flavors, and a lot of pride in these 2 beautiful islands. So that's a tribute to these beautiful islands.
It's very, I mean, in the mouth, it's also very, it's very smooth. Very sort of. I mean, it's sort of energetic, but it's still really sort of polished.
Well, thank you very much. You know, a great rum, it's like a great spirit, shouldn't bite, right? You should have that smooth, full tasting, and also the taste should remain on your palate as well. So the idea was to make a very flavorful, elegant white rum, but that, you know, didn't hit you in the face. No,
so that's the idea. I think you succeeded with that. But how do you serve this one? I mean, you can drink it neat, of course, but how would you drink it?
I mean, I love it neat or on an ice cube. It's very refreshing with a little bit of lemon peel. And then also all the cocktails that I call for citrusiness, you know, think about, or like minty, think of even a mojito you can do with that is, of course, delicious, you know. You know, so there's quite a cocktails that you can create that call for white rum. That's really the go-to, you know, for this one.
Yeah.